Shank, and I got to work with my longtime producing partner and best pal, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas?
Remember when Christmas lights buzzed warm on old glass bulbs and December smelled like pine needles, wrapping paper, and burnt morning coffee? Back then, the magic wasn't streamed, it flickered between commercials and tinsel. Christmas Story 1983 wasn't just a movie. It was every kid's wish list wrapped in chaos. But behind that cozy glow, tongues frozen by vacuum tricks, real tobacco chews, and a lamp so strange it became sacred. Stick around because by the end, you'll see how one Cleveland house turned that memory into a place you can actually sleep inside. Before we unwrap the weirdest holiday magic Hollywood ever made, subscribe to American Vintage Tales. These are 40 strangest facts about the Christmas story no one talks about.
I triple dog dare you!
Fact 1. The tongue that wasn't frozen.
Well, go on, smartass, and do it. I'm going.
They didn't use ice, they used a tiny vacuum hidden in the pole. Negative pressure, not sub-zero. That's why Flick's tongue sticks so perfect. As a kid, I felt the cold just watching it, like licking a frosty mailbox after shoveling the driveway. You can almost hear the metal hiss and the winter air bite your ears. My dad would mutter, "Don't try that," while I edged closer to the TV like a moth. The genius is simple, safer for the actor, terrifying for the audience. No frost, no danger, just a smart trick and great timing. Kids still copied it anyway, because we were dummies. Warm mittens, runny noses, big laughs, movie magic that felt real enough to dare your best friend at recess. Fact 2, the scene they had to shoot twice.
What I want for Christmas.
Aha! The clouds lifted.
They nailed the performance, rang the bell, screamed for help, and the film came back underdeveloped. Ouch. So Scott Schwartz spent another marathon day stuck to that vacuum pole. 2 long sessions, same fake freeze, same nerves. I can smell the coffee and hear the crew clapping their gloved hands to keep warm. As a kid, I thought movies were smooth. In reality, it's resets, takes, and do it again. I remember our living room heat clicking on, the window fogging, and mom saying, "Those poor kids." That reshoot saved the classic we quote every December. No panic, no lawsuit, just grit. Old school filmmaking. Fix it, finish it, make it look easy. Pain for precision, and the punchline lands harder because of it. Fact 3, the leg lamp that didn't survive.
What is it?
Well, it's a leg!
But what is it?
The major award wasn't one lamp. It was a small army of them. Heroes, backups, breakaways. And by wrap, the originals were gone. Smashed, replaced, demolished for gags and coverage. That's wild. I still remember seeing that glow on our TV. Gold velvet light, fringe swishing like a secret. We had shag carpet and plastic on the couch, so yes, it fit right in. The leg lamp became a souvenir you couldn't actually own because the real ones vanished in production. Scarcity made the myth bigger. Now you see replicas in windows every December like little beacons of bad taste and joy. It wasn't subtle, it wasn't classy, it was perfect. And it worked because the movie let a ridiculous object feel like the sun. Fact 4, the cowboy chew was real.
Say this, Ralphie. I just know those bad guys.
That backyard outlaw fantasy? Peter Billingsley actually chewed tobacco. Not licorice, not a prop chew, the real stuff. He got dizzy, sweaty, and a little sick. You can see a weird edge in that scene, like the camera caught too much honesty. I remember the smell of leaf tobacco from my grandpa's garage. Sweet, sticky, and a little mean. Not kid-friendly. It's one of those choices you only make in the early 80s when authentic beat maybe don't. The result is raw, unfiltered bravado in a kid's daydream, no lecture needed. The discomfort leaks through the frame. When I rewatch it now, I laugh and wince, then I reach for water. Sometimes the smallest real detail hits louder than a stunt. Fact 5, the furnace swear that wasn't.
That blasted, stupid furnace, that gummit!
Darren McGavin's furnace rant sounds like cussing. It isn't. It's musical nonsense, improvised gibberish to keep the rating clean, and it's perfect. Every dad I knew had a basement voice. Half growl, half wrestling match with the water heater. You hear it and feel the warm dust from the floor vents, smell the metal and oil, hear the thunderous clank like a mad robot under the house. McGavin doesn't say the words, he makes you hear them anyway. That's great comedy. Your brain fills in the blanks. As a kid, I snorted at the sounds. As an adult, I admire the craft. He sold frustration without a single forbidden syllable. Real, honest, and funnier because your imagination runs wild. Fact 6. The cold helped the dare.
Preparing to go to school was like getting ready for extended deep sea diving.
They shot the schoolyard during a brutal cold snap. Sub-zero wind chill, breath like smoke, eyes watering. The suction rig did the sticking, but the weather did the rest. You can feel the sting in your cheeks just looking at it. I remember walking to school with a scarf icing over, zipper biting my chin, and that exact squeak under your boots. The crew couldn't fake that kind of winter. Nature gave them texture. Red ears, stiff coats, that quick little hop kids do when their socks slide in rubber boots. It's the kind of realism you don't notice until you try to copy the scene and something's missing. The cold sold the joke. It wasn't cozy, it was fierce, and that makes it funnier. Fact 7. Parade at 3 a.m. That cheerful parade outside Hagby's, middle of the night. Around 3 a.m., downtown Cleveland glowing like a snow globe. Extras bundled, brass blaring, hot lights on cold faces. I can almost taste the stale coffee and powdered donuts the crew probably lived on. As a kid, I believed it was Christmas morning magic, not a graveyard shift with frozen fingers. That's filmmaking. Flip the clock, turn on the sparkle, and pretend you're wide awake. The empty streets give the scene a dream feel, like you're the only people left up with the TV humming and the tree lights blinking. I've done those late nights. You feel punchy, then the music hits, and you're grinning anyway. Tired bones, warm hearts, roll camera. Fact 8. The 2 cameos hiding in plain sight.
That is the ugliest lamp I have ever seen in my entire life!
2 surprise faces live inside the nostalgia. Director Bob Clark pops in as the neighbor gawking at the leg lamp. Pure dad curiosity, half jealous, half shocked. And that cranky man in the store line who says, "It begins back there?" That's Gene Shepard, the narrator himself, beard and all. I love that. The storyteller steps into his own snow globe like a wink from the projection booth. When I first learned it, I felt the same thrill as spotting a teacher at the grocery store. Worlds collide. It adds warmth you can't fake. Creator and director walking their talk inside the frame. Small roles, big energy. And it reminds you, this wasn't just a movie. It was a personal memory turned inside out for all of us. Fact 9. The year that won't sit still.
Candy's hands and hold on to him and we'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, stay together. Don't get lost.
The movie never pins down the year. Late 30s, early 40s. It plays like a memory where dates blur but feelings stay sharp. Then you see the 1940 Orphan Annie decoder and your brain clicks. As a kid, I didn't care about timelines. I cared about the crackle of the radio and the way the living room went quiet for secret codes. I can still hear that tinny voice and picture Dad fiddling with the dial, tapping the cabinet like it would help. The fuzzy year makes it feel universal, not a museum piece, a snow globe you can pick up any December. No lectures, no charts, just a warm glow, a cardboard box under the tree, and a code that turns out to be Ovaltine. Fact 10. 2 cities, 1 neighborhood.
But it's a major award. I won it. Damn, hell, you say you won it?
Cleveland outside, Toronto inside. That's the trick. The house front, Higbee's windows, the parade, pure Cleveland air, but kitchen clatter, hallway shadows, classroom chaos. Hello, Toronto stages and St. Catharines streets. It blends so clean you never notice the seams. I love that. It reminds me of our old TV antenna. Twist it an inch and you got a different city. The film feels that way. Same family, new angle. I can smell cold steel bridges and hot studio lights at the same time. That mix makes the world feel bigger than one block. It wasn't fancy, it was practical. Get the shot, keep the charm, and somehow the patchwork made a town we all recognize, even if we grew up 1,000 miles away. Fact 11. Santa's Mountain, after hours.
Higby thinks I'm working 1 minute past 9. He can kiss my foot.
Oh, no fun Santa's lamp. Here's a win.
They didn't shut the store. No big closed for filming sign. The crew rolled cameras in late night windows, hustling to steal magic while the building slept. 2 nights. Fast setups, tired feet on that tall slide. I can picture the smell. Plastic garland, floor polish, and whispery tinsel. As a kid, I thought those scenes were daytime crowds. Nope, it's night shift Christmas. Smiles on cue, yawns between takes. That's why it feels slightly dreamlike. Bright, loud, but a little loopy too. I've been that kind of tired, grinning at nothing with a donut in one hand. The fun part? The store loaned its real sparkle, real counters, real displays. So the fantasy has weight. You can almost touch the railing and feel the cool paint. Fact 12. How they made morning white.
Wow.
Snow wasn't enough. They needed storybook white. Crews sprayed trees with water, let them freeze overnight, and calculated the weight so branches wouldn't snap. That's careful and stubborn. They also used fake flakes and snow machines, the kind ski hills love. On TV, it reads like quiet magic. Soft, clean, forgiving. In my memory, I can smell that nose-biting cold and the wet wool of my mittens still thawing by the heat vent. The result is a Christmas morning you believe with your whole chest. No green poking through, no muddy footprints ruining the frame. Just a hush, a brightness, the kind that makes you whisper even though nobody asked you to. Real ice, fake snow, one perfect picture. Fact 13, the kid who went first.
Squirt some. I'm getting my old man a foot gun. A foot gun!
8,000 boys tried for Ralphie. Will Wheaton even took a swing. Peter Billingsley? He was first to audition. 12 years old, playing 9, and he walked in with that open face we all rooted for. At first, Bob Clark hesitated. TV familiarity. The real people thing. Then he watched the tape again and the choice felt obvious. I remember seeing Ralphie for the first time and thinking, that's me with bigger eyes, the pink skin in the cold, the nervous blink, the secret schemer behind it all. You don't need a speech when the kid sells the wish with one look. That was Billingsley's gift, honest without trying. It's why the BB gun plot lands. We've all wanted something so bad our cheeks got warm. Fact 14, the slide was scary for real. Ian Petrella, Randy, was actually scared of that towering slide. The crew didn't rehearse him much. They wanted the first reaction raw, smart, kind of mean, effective. I can hear the hollow echo inside the chute, metal humming, Santa's boot thudding close. As a kid, slides felt like roller coasters to me. Cold, slick, a little ruthless. You go because everyone's watching. Then your stomach drops and you squeal anyway. The camera catches that exact feeling on Ian's face. You can't fake the little arm flop when kids go from brave to mom in 1 second. It's gentle mischief from the filmmakers and it works. Real fear, quick laugh, warm hug from the audience. That's the recipe. Fact 15, the duck and the real scream.
What? It's smiling at me.
At the Chop, Melinda Dillon wasn't acting. She'd been handed the wrong script page, so her reaction to the duck's head was genuine. Eyes wide. A laugh scream that pops like a balloon. I remember my first time with that scene. Our living room smelled like pine and gravy, and I spit soda laughing. The surprise resets the whole dinner. It turns awkward into joyful. That's the charm of the movie. A tiny shock that doesn't wound, it warms. It also shows how careful the team was with performance. No cruelty, just a clean setup that lets an honest moment explode into the camera. You feel the table relax after it happens. Everyone exhales. The holiday stress melts. Suddenly, the day is saved by silly. Fact 16, the green light nobody expected.
Bar is perfectly straight.
No, it's all right.
This quiet film rode in on Porky's thunder. Bob Clark's raunchy hit unlocked studio trust for a small, funny Christmas story, and Higby's helped too, opening its doors and asking for one thing. Let us cut any swears from the script pages used in store. Fair deal. I love that mix. Wild teen comedy bankrolls, gentle nostalgia. A real department store guards its image while giving the movie a home. It's show business and hometown manners shaking hands. I can smell the perfume counter and hear the cash registers pinging. No giant budget, no endless notes, just enough freedom to make something honest. That's the part that sticks with me. Chaos funded it, kindness housed it, heart made it last. Fact 17, the fuzzy neighborhood.
Darn thing looks like it was made out of green pipe cleaners.
They called it Home in Indiana, but it was really Hammond, Gene Shepard's hometown. Same snowy blocks, same squinting streetlights. He just changed the name like you'd rename your childhood to protect the magic. As a kid, I didn't know or care where it was set. I just recognized that street, the one with kids bundled like marshmallows, dogs barking at nothing, and a dad yelling from the porch about heat loss. Every small town had that same sound. You can almost smell chimney smoke and wet mittens steaming on a radiator. Shepard didn't want a map, he wanted a feeling. That's why we all swear we lived there. The story doesn't belong to Indiana. It belongs to every kid who ever faced a frozen driveway before breakfast. Fact 18, the bunny suit blush.
It looks like a pink nightmare. Are you happy wearing that? Do you want to take it off?
The bunny. Peter Billingsley didn't need acting lessons for that bunny suit scene. He hated it for real. The pink fur itched, the feet were hot, and the ears drooped like melted ice cream. He said it felt like wearing embarrassment itself. I remember my own childhood pajamas, flannel ones with snowmen that stuck to my knees. My mom thought they were adorable. I thought they were torture. Watching Ralphie stomp in shame, I could smell my own wool sleeves and hear Grandma's laughter echoing. That's the power of that scene. It turns family teasing into universal truth. Every one of us has been dressed by love and humiliated by it at the same time. That's why it's so funny and why we keep watching it every year. Fact 19, the Furnace Dad Dance.
There it is!
Darren McGavin's old man wasn't just yelling at a furnace, he was conducting a symphony of frustration. He growled, stomped, and muttered in perfect rhythm, turning ordinary anger into slapstick poetry. My dad did the same thing every December, banging on the boiler like it owed him money. I can still hear that metal clang and smell the faint singe of dust burning off the coils. McGavin's performance was part music, part memory, no profanity, just sound effects made of vowels and pain. It's the language of dads everywhere. Beneath it, you feel the affection. He's not really mad, he's alive, battling the machinery of family life. Watching it now, I laugh and nod. That's not just comedy, it's documentary footage of fatherhood. Fact 20, when cold became character.
Come on, guys, wait up! Come on, guys! Come on, guys, wait up!
It wasn't studio frost or dry ice, it was real cold. Sub-zero Cleveland wind, stiff coats, and actors who couldn't fake a shiver if they tried. Their breath puffed like steam engines, and their cheeks glowed raw red. You can feel it through the screen. The sting of metal, the crunch of snow under boots. I remember walking to school in that same kind of air, scarf frozen solid, every inhale sharp as peppermint. The cold became another performer, shaping the movie's rhythm. It made scenes slower, smaller, more honest. No cozy Hollywood glow, just Midwest winter truth. That's why it still feels real. The chill reaches out from 1983 and nips your fingers, reminding you how magical discomfort used to be. Fact 21, how Ovaltine fooled us all.
Major prize, a major prize! I won! Look at that! Look at a Western Union telegram.
The big decoder secret, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. The great mystery ends as a commercial. Gene Shepard nailed childhood disappointment in one punchline. All that effort and the message sells you chocolate powder. I remember decoding cereal box puzzles expecting buried treasure, not nutrition ads. The smell of Ovaltine, sweet and slightly burnt, still reminds me of that joke. It's the moment every kid learns that magic has sponsors. You can almost hear Ralphie's sigh across time. That twist makes the story timeless, a perfect blend of wonder and letdown. Shepard wasn't mocking childhood, he was honoring how seriously we take it. The scene teaches a truth we all learn too soon. Even the best dreams come with a trademark. Fact 22, the real Christmas morning sound.
Wow, that's mine! Wow, little red hair, that's mine!
The sound in that present opening scene isn't movie magic. It's raw, real chaos. No fake sound effects, no overdubs, just paper tearing, tape ripping, and kids yelling like it's the best day of the year. That's why it feels alive. I can hear the same noise from my own childhood. Cousins shrieking, wrapping paper flying, someone yelling, "Save the boughs!" The smell of pine and bacon filled the house. You can almost feel static cling on your pajamas. That scene isn't performed, it's remembered. The crew just hit record on what every family room sounds like around 7 a.m. December 25th. It's pure joy with a sugar rush edge. Every crinkle and shout pulls you back to the only kind of noise no one complains about. Fact 23, the museum that wasn't planned.
Oh goodness, look at the time. I hope Santa hasn't had to pass up this house just because some boys weren't in bed.
In 2004, a fan named Brian Jones bought the Cleveland house on eBay for about $150,000. He spent months restoring it to match every frame, same green siding, same kitchen, same leg lamp glow. Now it's a full museum and even an overnight rental. I imagine it smells like popcorn, fresh paint, and nostalgia. Fans walk those creaky floors like pilgrims at Christmas. It's funny, what started as a low-budget set became a living landmark. I'd probably tear up just standing in that doorway, hearing echoes of Ralphie's voiceover in my head. You can buy a snow globe anywhere, but you can only sleep inside this one. It's proof that nostalgia isn't just remembered, it's rebuilt, light bulb by light bulb. Fact 24, the TV marathon that never ends.
I'm gonna come in there, and if there are any lights on, don't you give me that look, you're gonna get it!
It bombed in theaters, but television resurrected it. In 1997, TNT started running A Christmas Story for 24 hours straight every Christmas Eve, and families never looked back. Later, TBS joined in. Now it's background music for the holidays, a steady hum behind coffee brewing and relatives snoring. I always catch a scene mid-sip, laugh, and keep watching like it's brand new. The glow of that old TV light bouncing off tinsel still feels comforting. It's not just a movie anymore. It's a ritual, a time machine looping once a year to remind us who we were. The marathon turned an underdog film into the soundtrack of December. We didn't schedule it, it scheduled us. And somehow, we love it for that. Fact 25. The soap that cheated my mouth.
Another shot at mysterious, inexorable official justice.
Rinse out and go to bed.
Ralphie doesn't chew real Lifebuoy. The prop team made wax bars in that famous red shape. Smart. Real soap dries your mouth and tastes like a dare you regret. Wax gave them control without hospital bills. As a kid, I swore I could taste that scene. Plastic sweet, a little chemical like biting a crayon. Mom once threatened soap for swearing. I negotiated hard. Watching now, I love how the camera holds on his face. Slow, honest. You feel the sting even if nothing toxic touched him. That's movie craft I respect. Safe for the actor, savage for the memory. And every December somebody jokes about washing mouths at our table. We laugh, we pass the rolls, and we all taste wax for half a second. Fact 26. I like The Wizard of Oz.
What did we do?
No, I can't.
Oh, please, Ralph, I must know what we did.
That oddball in goggles wasn't a polished child star. Bob Clark found him locally because he was exactly that weird in real life. Perfect casting. Peter Billingsley has said being near the kid felt uncomfortable. And you can see it. The stare. The offbeat timing. It's late night department store energy bottled into one kid. I remember that one classmate who made eye contact a little too long at the Christmas concert. You smiled anyway. The scene catches that feeling. Funny, awkward, human. The costume helps. Lenses foggy, breath huffing in chilly air, a voice too loud for a line. It's not mean, it's affectionate. Kids are strange little comets in December light. That's why the moment sticks. It's a wink for anyone who's met a lovable, odd duck. Fact 27. Potato flakes falling like snow.
Come on, Flick, wait up for me. I can't do that!
Some of that perfect snowfall, potato flakes drifting from a roof rig, they float nicely, hold shape, and catch light like real flakes. On TV, it's hush and wonder. In your head, it's Sunday dinner peeling potatoes with grandma. I remember box mix mashed potatoes. Smelled starchy, tasted cozy. That's this scene. Cozy you can see. They mixed methods too. Snow machines, foam, practical ice. The trick is variety. Your eye believes a blend. I still watch the flakes stick to coats and think of plastic sleds and cold zippers against chins. Movie snow doesn't melt on cue, so timing is everything. Roll camera, shake the box, find the sparkle. It's low-tech magic that beats CGI for warmth. You feel the air, you hear the quiet, you grin. Fact 28. Blind glasses and a real tear.
Few things brought such swift and terrible retribution on a kid as a pair of busted glasses.
To sell Ralphie blindness, they painted the lenses and pinpricked tiny holes so Peter Billingsley could sort of see. He still kept bumping into furniture. Add one more detail. In a snowball scene, the thrower got too accurate after multiple takes, and one hit stung for real. The tear you notice? Not entirely acting. I've taken an ice ball to the ear, it rings like a tiny bell. That mix, safe cheat plus real discomfort, makes the movie feel honest. I love the texture. Fogged breath on glass, the thud of boots on packed snow, the throat catch before a kid cries. It's not cruel, it's childhood. You get nicked by winter, then you get hot chocolate. The camera steals that truth and tucks it under the tree. Fact 29. The Bumpus Hounds myth. Our hillbilly neighbors, the Bumpuses, had at least 785 hound dogs. Exaggeration, obviously, but it's so funny we accept it as gospel. I can smell that phantom dog breath every time the door flies open. Chaos pours in, plates rattle, Dad's dignity collapses. Later, fans loved the gag so much the Bumpus house next door to the museum became a real rental. That's perfect. A punchline turned into an address. As a kid, we had one neighbor dog that sounded like 5. Same energy. The scene works because it isn't neat, it's a furry avalanche. You don't count noses. You just laugh and rescue the turkey? Well, try. Holiday disasters like that become family legend. The Bumpuses simply made theirs cinematic and rentable. Fact 30. Borrowed mice in a mouse king. For the parade, the crew reportedly used Disney character costumes before the paperwork was fully settled. Brave. When executives finally saw the footage, they liked it and gave a nod. That's filmmaking. Shoot the magic, sort the signatures. I've done the life version. Throw the party, then ask Dad if it's okay. The shot has that pop, bright fabric, big heads, winter breath puffing through hidden seams. It blends child fantasy with real city cold. And it makes downtown Cleveland feel like a storybook that opened by accident. The moment says what the movie says. Rules matter, but delight matters too. They didn't steal. They gambled on joy, and it paid off. Every time I rewatch, I feel 10 years old and slightly busted. Fact 31. Left-handed aim. Right side story.
Oh no, it can't be.
C plus? C plus?
Peter Billingsley is left-handed, which quietly changed how the BB gun faced camera. The compass and sundial had to sit where the lens could see them. Small thing, big effect. It's why some angles look flipped compared to old Daisy ads. I love details like that, solving a problem without announcing it. As a kid, I noticed the gun more than the hands. The wood grain, the metal shine, the weight, you could feel it through the screen. Movie truth beats catalog truth. Show what matters in the frame. When I hold my old pellet gun now, I remember those shots. The careful aim, the proud squint, the breath held just a second too long. Left or right doesn't matter. The wish does. Fact 32. A soda ad lit the lamp.
Touch that! You were always jealous of this lamp.
Jealous of a...
The leg lamp didn't appear from thin air. Gene Shepard loved an old knee-high soda advertisement with a shapely leg motif. That spark turned into the major award. It makes sense. Depression-era ads were bold, a little naughty, and everywhere. As a kid, I'd stare at vintage signs in diners. Pin-ups, bubbles, bright fonts, feeling the room warm up. The lamp is that warmth turned goofy. Glow like honey. Fringe that flutters when you walk by. Neighbors whispering, should that be in a window? That's why it works. It feels like America's ad brain slipped into a living room and plugged itself in. You can mock it and still love it. I do both, usually while grinning. And yes, I've wanted one in my front window. Don't judge. Fact 33, the day it became important.
Put it in the corner. Haven't you got a big tree? Yeah.
In 2012, the Library of Congress added a Christmas story to the National Film Registry. That means culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Translation: the tongue, the lamp, the BB gun archived like treasure. I remember hearing the news and smiling into my coffee. Of course they saved it. This movie felt preserved the first time I saw it. Like a snow globe you can shake forever. The registry nod explains why it still hits. It's honest, funny, and American in a way that isn't loud. You can hear furnace rattles, jingle of parade bells, and that soft narrator voice settling like snowfall. Important doesn't mean fancy, it means real. December after December, we keep it close, like a favorite ornament wrapped in tissue paper. Fact 34, the Wonder Years echo.
Truly, a little bribe never hurts.
Well, thank you very much, Ralph.
5 years later, the Wonder Years arrived with the same warm lens, kid's eye world, adult narrator, small stakes that feel huge, different decade, same heartbeat. As a viewer, I felt the echo immediately. Bike spokes clicking, backyard dusk, a voice that whispered over memory. Here's the kicker. Daniel Stern, the narrator of Wonder Years, later played the old man in A Christmas Story 2. That's a perfect loop. It proves the format works because life works that way. What felt small back then erupts into meaning when you replay it years later. I think that's why both projects last. They don't shout, they nod. They let you bring your own childhood to the screen and say, yeah, that's how it sounded. Fact 35, the musical kick line.
Mom, this is just the same old dump parade as last year.
Ralphie, will you please calm down?
In 2012, Broadway turned the movie into a full musical, leg lamp, kick line, and all. Big brassy numbers, kids belting, snow falling under hot lights. I saw clips and laughed at how right it felt. The lamp becomes choreography, the dare becomes rhythm. Later, a live TV musical, 2017, pushed the spectacle into living rooms, glossy and bright like tinsel under LED bulbs. What I like is the translation. Same humble story, bigger shoes. You can almost smell fog juice and new paint. Theater makes the jokes bounce farther and the heart lands softer. The pink bunny suit hits like a cymbal crash. It's proof the story isn't fragile. Stretch it, sing it, spin it. The core still glows like a window lamp in winter. Fact 36, Ralphie Comes Home, 2022. A Christmas Story. Christmas 2022 brought Peter Billingsley back as adult Ralphie, a legacy sequel with grown-up worries and the same neighborhood hum. Different world, same porch. I watched with a goofy smile and that little ache you get when time moves fast. The movie leans into grief, memory, and making holidays work when life won't cooperate. You hear sleigh bells behind bills, laughter behind lumps in throats. That balance is the brand chaos plus heart. Seeing Ralphie try to give his kids the magic he chased felt genuine. It reminded me how we all become the parent fixing lights at 1 a.m., muttering furnace jazz, praying the cookies don't burn. The circle closes gently. The BB gun wish becomes a wish to do right. Fact 37. A little bit Canadian.
How'd you like a snowball sandwich? Maybe like another one.
Call it a US-Canada co-production. Cleveland gives the front porch. Toronto, St. Catharines supply classrooms, streets, and crews. The movie even won Genie Awards up north, a quiet nod to the teamwork behind the twinkle. I love that. You can taste Tim Hortons in the night shoots. Paper cups, numb fingers, relentless setup and go. Cross-border filmmaking isn't glamorous. It's buses, call sheets, and snow shoved off curbs. But that blend gave the film texture. Midwest story, Canadian muscle, one winter mood. It also proves an old truth. Holiday movies are built by people who miss their own families while making ours feel closer. That's why the warmth reads so strong. Real travel, real cold, real craft. The lamp might glow fake, but the effort is honest. Fact 38. The 20-city scavenger hunt.
Little boy.
Don't bother me. I'm thinking.
Bob Clark sent scouts to roughly 20 cities looking for the right bones. A downtown that could wear 1940 without makeup, a department store that said yes, and a neighborhood with the right buried quiet. Cleveland won when Higbee's opened its doors. That permission changed everything. Parade, Santa's Mountain, window sparkle. I still love old department stores, perfume haze, brass railings, the hum of escalators. The movie captures that exact sound like Christmas living in the walls. Location doesn't just decorate, it anchors the story. You can't fake those glass displays or the way cold air sneaks through revolving doors. It's the kind of practical choice that becomes art later. Right place, right time, right handshake, and suddenly a classic has an address. Fact 39, souvenirs in a closet.
Our hillbilly neighbors, the Bumpuses, had at least 785 smelly hound dogs.
When filming Rap, Peter Billingsley kept the Red Ryder, the pink bunny suit, and those broken glasses, which were actually his own. That delights me. We all keep totems from big days, a jacket, a ticket stub, a Polaroid. Imagine opening a closet and seeing the exact costume that embarrassed you on national TV and smiling. Those items feel like relics from a tiny church of December. I picture the BB gun's wood warmed by stage lights, the suit smelling faintly of laundry starch and studio dust. Keeping them isn't bragging, it's stewardship. The props carry the story's heartbeat into real life. That's why fans lean in during interviews. We're hoping he still has them, because somehow it means we still have the memory too. Fact 40, the scenes you'll never see.
Stop!
Some fantasies never made it. Ralphie teams up with Flash Gordon to fight Ming the Merciless, shot or prepped, then vanished in edits and time. There was even a take where Randy chucks a Zeppelin into the tree and knocks it over. Funny, but too messy for the flow. I love these ghosts. You can feel them at the edges, like extra ornaments that didn't fit. The team also checked the caroling joke with the performers to keep the humor kind, not cruel. A smart, honest call. Deleted moments show the discipline under the chaos. Choose warmth over clutter. Story over spectacle. That restraint is why the movie breathes. Less noise, more heart. Sometimes the best gift is the one they didn't wrap for us. Bonus fact.
So my parents, we'd always been fans of the movie. They made me a leg lamp kind of as a major award.
In Cleveland, the Parker family house didn't just fade into film history, it became part of Christmas itself. In 2004, a superfan named Brian Jones bought it on eBay for about $150,000 and rebuilt every detail from the movie. Green siding, checkered linoleum, even that glowing leg lamp in the window. Today, it's a full museum, and every December, fans line up to sleep inside the story. I can imagine it. Creaky floors, cold glass panes, soft hum of a furnace under the stairs. You wake up where Ralphie dreamed. It's proof that nostalgia isn't just remembered, it's rebuilt, one bulb, one memory, one visit at a time. The movie gave us the wish, the house gave it an address.